Hey folks, this is your host, the one, the only Thrifty Gamer 83 here. Today I'm just expressing my views on games as an art form and medium. Gaming has always been about pushing the most visually impressive graphics on a system. And it's no surprise to me that it actually qualifies as art. With having said that, taking a look back, taking a look at how stories are made and constructed as well, you have artwork and you have poetic prose in games. Normally, this is just underlying and it doesn't truly facilitate with how we view gaming. For me, the most beautiful games I've ever played have been games like Chrono Trigger or Final Fantasy VI, and just having those, hearing the melodies, reading the storyline prompts through messages, seeing that great detailed artwork, just getting the most out of the system. Truthfully, that is art. And looking at a game like Final Fantasy VII as well, there is so much artistic endeavor in creating a title like that on the PlayStation 1. Now that is beautiful. It's completely, purely artwork. And with having art this expressive in video games as a medium, it's not just about escapism, as it is viewing the beauty of what is being placed before you, what is being rendered, placed, coded, programmed into the game, and seeing how well it works and meshes together. And as I said before, you have storylines which are deep and at times mysterious, which really make for literature, artistic expression, as well as prose, which can be numerous scenes of poetry. And then, as well as I said before, you have the visual representation, which itself is an art which just merges and blends so well together. So you have three things which make games not only escapist for their medium, they also make it into a just plethora of threefold poetry, prose, you have the storyline and aesthetics within the storyline, and then you have the artwork. And when it merges correctly, it merges beautifully and completely correctly together and gives you not just escapism, it gives you the knowledge that this is indeed truthfully an art form. And taking a look at gaming today, taking a look at games I'm currently playing, I am still amazed, even by what the PlayStation 1 can do in games like Final Fantasy IX, Final Fantasy VII. Those games speak to me on a level that I usually reserved for something like Tolkien, or I'd reserve, like I said before, Tolkien, C.S. Lewis, H.P. Lovecraft. That is how I would view it for the deep story arc and storyline. And then, of course, you also have something like Tolstoy, War and Peace, and Anna Karenina, and you can apply that to games. You can view the love triangles between characters, and you can view the interactions between characters. You can view the subtle you can view the subtleties within characters, villains, heroes. It's beautiful in a literary, artistic sense. And as well I said before, the visual representation of the artwork can be very compelling in the prose and accuracy with creating different rhythms and rhymes for a poem can remind one of reading Milton in either Paradise Lost or Paradise Regained or the Divine Comedy. And that is where I view games so strongly as an art form. It's where I will always put games as an expressive medium of artistic endeavor, of something that, say, we may not know what the storyline writers had read, but if we study more and more, we can learn what they were inspired by, and we can go back and actually read what inspired them. And it's an interesting open door scenario for learning, because not only do you have the game developers, programmers, publishers, which were inspired by, say, if you take a look at something like Grand Theft Auto, you'd see it could be inspired by not just a film like City on Fire, but going further back to Donald E. Westlake. And then you would see just how inspirational Westlake was. So you have authors, and you have, say, the artistic expressions, the visual representations, which you could then compare to a Van Gogh. And with that said, it's beautiful to realize what inspires gaming as an art form. And I know that after playing Super Mario Bros. On the Wii U, one of the levels was almost certainly inspired by Van Gogh's Starry, Starry Night, which actually had me listening again to Don McLean's Starry, Starry Night. And that is how you can wrap gaming into this artistic medium, and it meshes together beautifully. And not only do you learn what inspired the companies, the project managers, the leads, the main storyboard writer, you can go back after you have read their interviews where they articulate influences and take a look and read and actually understand and comprehend how it can be wrapped into three very different artistic mediums. As well, when I think of Grand Theft Auto, what I also think of is Chuck Bukowski and just the gritty, suburban, just facade of normalcy. Alright, folks, rant, rave, love, hate, click that subscribe button. You're keeping my show on the air. Have a good one.